Welcome to yet another in and out video. This time we'll talk about July. So in these videos I just share all the things that have come into my life and have left my life, that I've decluttered from my life during a month. And if you are interested in seeing the other videos, I'm gonna link you a playlist right up here. So let's start with the things that have come into my life. This month it's all like packages. So the first thing that I bought is this SD card. It's like 256 gigabytes, so it's a really like big SD card, but like recording videos takes up a lot of space. And if you remember, I bought like SD cards a bit over a year ago, I think, like half a year ago or something. One of them just vanished, and up to this day, I think it has been like a really weird situation. I think it got stolen, but it's like really ridiculous. Yeah, but I haven't found this SD card. We've turned the house upside down, kind of, and I haven't found it. And during the past few weeks, the card that's in the camera right now, my only SD card that I own now, has had like a few hiccups where it wasn't recognized by the camera, and that made me anxious. And because we're leaving for over a month, traveling in Scandinavia, I thought it would be a good idea to have a second SD card. And so that is the first thing that I bought, and I'm actually gonna open this up now. We'll see. SD cards are always kind of hard to take out of their packages. I brought scissors. If you remember my vlogs from December where I tried to open a lot of packages without those, I am prepared today. Here it is. New SD card. And then the next thing I got is tech related as well. I don't know if you've seen my videos about 10 things I'm not going to buy this year. I'm gonna link it up here for you as well if you're interested in that. But one of those things was like tech. I said I'm not gonna just upgrade my tech. And I'm still not going to, even though I was really tempted with my phone. But in here we have like a new phone battery. I've had my phone, and it's a sustainably made phone for over 3 years now. And the battery is just, it's not what it's used to be. And so I decided, again, actually kind of before like traveling for over a month, and actually for a few days we're not even gonna have electricity. So I do want to have a reliable phone battery so that I can at least like expect it to work for a day. And then especially during the last few days with the heat wave, like my phone just tends to heat up, and once it's heat up, it just burns battery like crazy. Then it lasts like 3 more hours before like the battery is dead. And so that's just not something I can use. But yeah, it's the right one. I'm gonna exchange it afterwards. And I actually thought about like keeping the second battery because yeah, it's a bit of a hassle to change it. It's like not as easy as a camera, but still a second phone battery. Or if one of them like really gives up. So I was tempted to buy a new phone actually because of the camera, because I wanted to have like a better phone camera to actually use it for Instagram Reels and not feeling self-conscious about the quality of my stories and things like that. But I am just gonna keep my phone because other than that and the battery, it's a good phone. It just still works really well. And so I decided to get the new battery and give my phone another 1 or 2 years if nothing else breaks. And then the next thing that has come into my life is this package. And this is actually not something for me personally, but it's wool. And this time it's different. This time it's not secondhand wool, but I have like a customer who wants a custom piece, but I just wasn't able to find the wool secondhand, and so she ordered it to my house, like the wool she picked out she wanted to have for her garments, and I'm gonna knit it out of this wool. Like we have a bunch of wool for this knitting project. I hope it's gonna be enough, but we'll see, and otherwise we can order more. Like that's the good thing about like not secondhand wool. And so in contrast to last month where I had nothing coming into my life, but a bunch of things I decluttered, this month I actually have nothing that I have decluttered. I have already seen a few pairs of my underwear getting close to the point where I will declutter them, but I'm gonna give them a few more weeks or months. And so these 3 things are everything like stuff related for this video. But I have a question for you. I have thought about treating these in and out videos kind of like life updates or just chatty videos where I can like share thoughts or what I've been up to, what I liked, what I did in that month. And if you're interested in that, please let me know down below in the comments. But so I have 2 things I want to share with you for this month already. So it's a few days later, but things have already changed, so I'm re-recording this part of the video. And basically what I wanted to say is that I'm really, really sad to see what's happening at Organic Basics. It's a brand that I really, really liked. I like their clothes, I like how they are sustainable and ethical and much more than many other brands. And I also really liked working with them because I always felt like I'm taken seriously. I never had to like say something that's not my own opinion. Not that I would ever really do that. It was just really fun working with them, and I know you guys like them as well because I have seen that many of you have bought things from them, and so I'm really, really sad that I think this partnership will end here. I don't know what needs to happen that I would consider partnering with them again, but I think as far as I know, because they haven't made any public statements about it, just my contracts have been cancelled with them as of like today, and not in any personal way. Like I never got a message from my contact person because I now know that she has been fired. What I know from like articles that have been shared and that are in Danish is that the brand went bankrupt and was bought by a major like fashion company that's not sustainable and ethical at all. And just the way it has been handled recently is absolutely not promising for me. I can't see myself partnering with them again. And so I do want to say that I'm really, really sorry if any of you had any inconveniences. Please note that I loved to work with the Organic Basics in the past, but I do not support what's happening right now. If any of you like did not get your packages or things like that, I'm terribly sorry, and I'm sad that that has happened to a brand that I'm collaborating with. Not anymore as of today. And I'm losing a stream of my income as well. So it's a sad and disappointing thing in general that I hope will not happen again to any brands I'm working with. But also I feel like I couldn't have known because everything looked really, really fine up until really recently. So the second one is a lot more fun. And it is related to language learning. I think 1.5 years ago in my like yearly goals video for 2021, I said that I would love to learn like a completely new language. I would love to learn a new language or get better at Swedish, for example, or I started learning Russian, but and I have actually during the past few months started to learn Korean. Maybe you can guess what's like the initial reason. I watch a lot of K-dramas and they are only available in Korean a lot of times, so I watch them with like English subtitles. And when you listen to a language a lot, you like start to understand certain words, and then after I like knew 20 to like 50 words, I just was very curious about the language in general because I think languages are so interesting. It's just so amazing to be able to understand how other people are thinking, how other languages work, how you can express your feelings and things, and how languages are different, and with that how communication is different. So I ended up starting the Duolingo course for Korean, and now I do not want to advertise Duolingo here. I've used this app in 2018 to learn Swedish, and I think it's a free resource. It's okay, but it's annoying. Like the desktop version and the app version are both annoying in different ways. But also I have to say I use the free version, so maybe it's annoying on purpose so that I pay money to have like the pro version that does not have any advertisement and things like that. But yeah, I do not know how I would ever use Korean. I do not know any person I could talk to in Korean. It's not a language that like many people speak. I don't know if we'll ever visit Korea. Here I have to re-record something as well. I want to say that it's not that I like love Korea in particular over every other country that I could learn the language. So I think in every country, Germany as well, Switzerland as well, like the countries I've lived in, Sweden as well, there are things that I approve of, things that I don't really like. But nevertheless, I think like every language is really, really interesting, and every culture and every like person. So I stumbled upon these K-dramas and watched a bunch of it, which led me to learn Korean. But it could have been like any other language. But I mean, Korea has made a really, really good job being present in like media, and that helps me to learn, and that made me stumble upon these K-dramas. But I think it's just a good chance to learn like a really different language, learn about a totally different culture, and in general gain more understanding of like people and language and the world. But it's just interesting because it's really a language that has nothing to do with like German or like French that I've learned previously, or English or Swedish, which are kind of like the other languages that I know more than a little bit. And so it's been really interesting, and it's a great hobby. And even if I like spend a bunch of time and then forget everything and never use my Korean, I still think it's at least some brain exercise and some like understanding of another culture and language. So I don't think it's a waste of time. And that's just what I wanted to share with you. But what I should do right now is actually get back into my like Swedish and look up some Norwegian, because we're gonna leave in less than a week and we're gonna spend over a month in Norway and Sweden. So I really have to kind of like freshen up these languages, even though it's not a problem like communicating in English, but still it doesn't hurt. So maybe I'm gonna put aside Korean for now and dig deeper in Norwegian and Swedish. And with that, I think we are at the end of this video. We have this like 3 things coming into my life: SD card, phone battery, and wool. And let's see what August brings. August will be spent traveling, so it's gonna be unexpected maybe. Maybe I don't have to buy anything, I don't declutter anything. Maybe things break and I declutter them. Maybe I suddenly have to buy a bunch of things because I like didn't pack them or out of some other reasons. So let's see. I'm really excited for the next month, and I really hope you liked this video. Now, I do want to link you the video I talked about 10 things I'm not gonna buy this year, and that will be right here. So I hope to see you there, and otherwise I do hope to see you in my next video. Bye!